shut the front door. Did y'all hear what's going on with Wendy Williams? There's a lot of stuff that's shaking with Wendy Williams. You know, you got Sherelle. Her show just got canceled. Rumors of Wendy's coming back. Then DJ Booth coming out talking about Wendy almost unalived. And Nicki Minaj in the mix. I mean, it's so much going on. Honey, when I tell you, they are saying Wendy Williams is after Beyonce's sister. Yeah, Solange, real mother. I ain't never heard no stuff like that. I thought that Solange and Beyonce always had the same mom, but then again, they saying that some of the Beyonce kids ain't, you know what I'm saying? Kathy, you heard what's going on. I don't know what's going on, y'all. So I'm here to bring it to y'all to see what's going on. Comment, let us know your thoughts about this, okay? I know y'all will love this stuff. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here so I can continue to keep on bringing you the secret tea. Ain't nobody else gonna serve for y'all. Okay.
When Beyonce was 3, I took her to the Triumph tour with Michael Jackson and his brothers.
Wow.
And my friend said, well, if you go to this certain area at the Astrodome, he's going to come out that way. So I had her out there. It was a group of about 20 people. He walks over, tries to grab her. And she loved him so much. She was just overwhelmed as kids do. And she just started crying and, you know, she wouldn't go to him. But what are the odds of that?
Wow.
And she said then, I'm going to be like Michael Jackson. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Look at her now.
Look at her now. And I just think that that's how fate and God work.
Media trainers have been training older artists to lie and say they were as much as 10 years younger than they were. It's all to sell you records, to sell you a image.
Say what now? Solange is the daughter of Beyonce? I know y'all have heard this rumor before. But what if this time the call came from Mama Tina's inner circle? Baby, you already know Wendy Williams has receipts on all of this. And what's even worse? That Tina's ex-husband, Richard Lawson, might still be salty about how things went down with the Knowles family, and now he's spilling a lot of secrets. And from what Wendy knows, he's backing up claims that Solange might actually be Beyonce's daughter all along.
Who was partners with L.A. Reid and Babyface in Atlanta. And these guys had this competitiveness. L.A. had a girls group. I bet you don't know who his lead singer was.
No.
Pink. She's the exact same age as Beyonce. And there used to be this battle which group was better. You had Usher. He was the same age. They were all 14 and 15 years old living in Atlanta.
Y'all, anytime you go down the Knowles rabbit hole, you start to see just how much had to be buried to keep Beyonce the brand alive and kicking. No wonder Mama Tina was quick to slap Richard Lawson with a gag order. Tina and Richard Lawson were friends for more than 30 years before they started dating in 2013. So you'd think that Mama Tina would at least give him the benefit of doubt that he wouldn't go blabbing about her after their divorce. But she didn't take any chances. The divorce settlement revealed a strict non-disparagement clause in NDA that said Richard should never talk about the Knowles family. So what exactly is it that Richard knew to be locked down like this? Well, part of it might have something to do with this mystery surrounding Beyonce and Solange's real relationship. Right now, Beyonce is 44 years old and stated that she was born in 1981. However, around 2006, someone who claimed to work for the Texas Department of Health leaked what is supposed to be Beyonce's official birth records, and it showed her birth date as September 4th, 1974. No one knew how to react to this leak. If it was true, that meant there was a whole 7 years wiped off her age. And if it was fake, why would the health department, for any matter, want to release a fake birth record in the first place? The Texas Health Department initially stated that they couldn't confirm or deny anything, but as the heat mounted, they said the document was fake and they knew nothing about it. But as some people pointed out, Beyonce's birth being 1974 actually makes a lot of sense when you think about some of the things the family has said. First of all, Mama Tina confirmed that Beyonce went to Michael Jackson's Triumph tour in 1981, and it was such a big moment because that was when she realized she wanted the stage and the shining lights.
When Beyonce was 3, I took her to the Triumph tour with Michael Jackson and his brothers.
Wow.
And my friend said, well, if you go to this certain area at the Astrodome, he's going to come out that way. So I had her out there. It was a group of about 20 people. He walks over, tries to grab her. And she loved him so much. She was just overwhelmed as kids do. And she just started crying and, she wouldn't go to him. But what are the odds of that?
Wow.
And she said then, I'm going to be like Michael Jackson. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Look at her now.
Look at her now. And I just think that that's how fate and God work.
And then Gabrielle Union also talked about her friendship with Beyonce. Gabrielle, who was born in 1972, said in an interview that she and Beyonce were friends as teenagers. She said, "Beyonce and I have been friends since we were teenagers. We go to the same hairstylist now, and you know how those bonds are. Bea is such a polite, nurturing person and a joy to work with. It's easy to work with her because she is a good friend of mine." Now, if the official dates are true, Beyonce would be only 9 when Gabrielle was 18, since there is a 9-year age gap. Does it make sense for an 18-year-old to be best friends with a 4th grader? But if we put Beyonce's birth date to 1974, that would make them only 2 years apart. So, did Gabrielle slip up and speak the truth since she was there from the start? People are convinced that the machine backing Beyonce, which has been very protective of her image and brand, scrubbed the internet of any pre-fame video or footage that could damage her reputation. And we've seen them get photos removed from the internet before. Remember those unflattering Super Bowl pictures? They were wiped from the internet. And now people are convinced that Beyonce is way older than she was made out to be, and all those photos her family dropped over the years were doctored to hide the truth about her possibly being Solange's mother. Yep, you heard that right. Beyonce allegedly had Solange when she was a teenager, but to keep her image clean, then concocted an entire story to keep it hidden. Allegedly, the real father of Solange is none other than Beyonce's first boyfriend, who was sure that Bey was going to marry him before she became famous. And girl, it also doesn't help that back in 2011, a former Columbia Records employee revealed the full story. This person claimed that during their time at the label, they heard it all. However, what shocked them the most was finding out that everyone in the original Destiny's Child lineup had their ages rigged, except LaToya. Apparently, this person knows this because they saw Beyonce's driver's license on her manager's computer, confirming the 1974 date. Now, according to this employee, there is a 14-year age gap between Beyonce and Solange, and the sister dynamic was only a cover-up for a teen pregnancy. To confirm it, the source brought up the time Beyonce was in Girls' Time. This was the name of the group before they transitioned to Destiny's Child, and they participated in Star Search and lost the competition in 1993. Nikki Taylor, who was in the group with Bey, was born in 1975, and by the time they went on Star Search, she was around 18. Why would an 18-year-old Nikki be in a group with a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds? And any details about Nikki's age have been removed, and all that's left is information showing that she was part of Destiny's Child at one point. Something else that's interesting is that according to the employee, even if she didn't see the license, Beyonce's cousin Angie Beyonce, a songwriter, was heard spilling secrets to the staff at a Christmas party after Bey threw shade about her weight. The employee claimed that Bey's cousin joked around about her having childbearing hips because she'd already given birth and her child was none other than Solange. That explains why the family weren't as shocked as the public when Solange came with her own teenage pregnancy, since they had already gone through the same thing with Bey. And Jay-Z and Bey's relationship also starts to make sense, since the age gap wouldn't be as wide when they got together. Now, industry execs asking young stars to tweak their age to get a foot in Hollywood isn't something new. I mean, Nelly told everyone that he was born in 1978 when he signed his first contract, when he was really born in 1974. And even a legend like Michael Jackson was told by his mentor Berry Gordy to say he was 9 rather than 11 years old to make him more appealing to the public. Beyonce definitely had the talent, looks, and star power to make it to the top with the right push. Changing her age might have been the perfect solution to tie up any loose ends. We've also heard rumors about how Bea was fast and was messing around with both men and women. Matthew was reportedly able to clamp down on it when he was her manager, but once Jay-Z came into the picture, she went all out from there until it got to the point that her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, had to file a lawsuit for her extreme witchcraft in SA.
Because she's a brilliant musician, and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started f***ing all the girls.
And now it is being said that after Tina and Richard's marriage went down the drain, Richard has been spilling. Get this. The reason they divorced was because of how the family was treating Richard as a nobody, always trying to look him down, and also allegedly treating his daughter Bianca horribly. And now Richard, with his pent-up resentment, has been talking and spilling all the dirty secrets about the family, including how Tina wants to be center of attention, how Solange and Jules' relationship is in the gutter, how J and B are married for cameras, and also the truth about Solange and B's relationship. Even Wendy Williams, who was around the 80s and 90s during the height of her radio career, has been holding on to this tea for the longest time. And yes, she has real receipts on it. But unfortunately, even before she could talk about it, she was put under a conservatorship. But now that she is going to be back, she is going to be taking her revenge because she has nothing to lose, and will be confirming all of the secrets once and for all. And as expected, people have something to say about all of this. When people are so secretive that you know very little to nothing about them, it's because there's something they want to hide. So, it's something there, and nothing would surprise me. Honestly, I hope she did lie about her age. It would be great to know she didn't get groomed by Jay. And if she is Solange's mom, I hope it's not some tragic story that resulted in the pregnancy. I said this at least 20 years ago when her dad almost exposed it on MTV behind the scenes. All of them tried to silence him when he mentioned her upcoming birthday. Do you guys think there's some truth to Beyonce being Solange's mother? Sound off in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. See you later, baddies!